Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, so last time we were doing this, we said, we're going to have to ruminate on this a little bit to be sure what we want. But I really am, like, student council sounds like what Birder has said they are interested in.
Yep.
And so we're just going to do it.
And it makes the most sense in regards to how proactive they've been, which makes sense. Like, the other one that I would think of would be largely, like, the library staff. I mean, we talked about how they were already used to the track team because they thought it was just funny, though, to see other birds, but that doesn't feel like participating in track. It seems like you're just sort of giggling at how basically differently abled you are.
Right, kind of thing. Different equipped.
Let's student council ourselves up.
We do it.
Here we go.
All right.
That's everyone, isn't it? Have fun.
Aye, everyone has chosen all of the things, I guess. Today is an elective day. What should I do? We have stats.
We have a whole stat.
Oh my god, we have 1 wisdom.
Oh my god.
We are so not wise. We have
so much vitality, though.
Like, if those are on the same scale, we have 1 out of 800 wisdom. I'm like, no.
Oh god, we are a goof. We are a whole goof.
But I think that's funny. The three stats are wisdom, vitality, and charisma. That's amazing.
Right.
Attend,
come on.
Attend.
Math class, gym class, or music class?
Oh, an elective. We know nothing about music class. Or math class, it sounds like we already do with our regular teacher. Because he's like, I know
Except
math.
for the fact that, like, based on our stats, we're going to be really good at gym class. We're not very good at math class. Now, are you one of those people who tries to work on ourselves all around?
Unless...
Like, charisma's a 5? I'm assuming music is charisma. That would make sense to my brain.
I don't know. I was actually not making a connection that the stats would be directly correlated with the activities.
I was.
Okay, but for me...
Because I watched a Persona playthrough of Persona 4 years ago, and they actually talked about how, like, if you go to different classes, they would give you different boosts, basically, to different parts of whatever you were looking for, so that's why you would do some of them.
So, I was just going to come from the direction of going, Is Birder aware of their own skills?
If we can see this, I would like to assume so.
I would assume so. Okay, so
because we know what day it is, that makes sense.
For me, though, I would think at the beginning of the school year, I don't know, is Birder the type of person who's like, let me get started improving myself immediately, or I want to try something new?
What do you think?
I think since they did make a giant-ass choice to move to a bird school, they're kind of in to try something new occasionally.
Sure.
And when they did a survey of clubs, they were like, let me check out these things. And so I think since gym class is essentially, running, or running plus, and math is our regular class, we would go to music.
Sure, let's go.
Because we basically have sort of been exposed to the other two.
Let's give a shot with music then. Let's do the music.
Oh no, look at the pictures of the composers.
Oh,
okay, that's
really
freaking
cute.
Hilarious. I would love it if they had bird composers up there. It would be great. Is that Wagtack Rag? Wagtack Rag?
Wagtack Rag, or is it Wagtack Rag?
Wagtack
Rag. I have no idea. It's fine.
We sang birdie melodies. It was a little tiring, but singing together is fun. The piano has not been used in decades.
Not for years.
I think we're just waiting. Oh, Birder leveled up. In charisma increased by 5. Okay, so this is an announcer voice.
I called it.
Do you want to be the betweener, or should I just Birder announcing their own stuff third person?
Would you like me to be the betweener? Like, I've already got a lot of other voices, and I might need to use them for other people.
It's true. I kind of think it'd be funny if just you say it to yourself in your own head. Birder leveled up. Charisma increased by 5. We'll do it that way. That'll be a thing.
But I was right, though. I'm like, I think it does actually correlate, even if it's sort of like a joke, which I have no idea if it is or isn't.
Well, we will keep that in
mind.
Because
it could be a reference to various other games or whatever it is, just to sort of entertain people.
That's how things just work.
Which we might miss because, shockingly, we haven't played like an enormous wide range or variety of a lot of basically visual novel games. So
well, and the thing is if they're basing this on like role playing kind of stats, so they're basically using the sort of mashup of it's both. I was pretty sure I wanted to join it, but what does the council do again?
Oh God,
we skipped the vote, and I think it's only Sakuya and me. Oh God. The tutors and council. Anyway, he called a meeting, so to the council room I go.
Oh no.
To the council room.
Well, that would make sense.
I go.
Like, you're really like, dude, like, You're birds. And if you've actually, like, if basically what I'm hearing is you are a potentially human person, more or less. They said you were human. So you are a human who's in a bird society at this point, and it sounds like there are no other humans, and it sounds like you weren't raised by humans, so nobody really has any idea.
Or you weren't raised by birds.
Yeah, well, raised by birds, excuse me. Or humans, because if you have no context for any of the stuff that's supposed to be human stuff, like...
You do seem to know about human things, so...
Like a little bit, but not...
It hasn't really made it clear.
What if it's from, like, a bird's eye view, though, of the things that you know?
Who knows?
Like, they're like, we know school goes on, but we don't know what you do in school.
The bird's going, this is what school is all about. Sort of like the demons in Obey Me going,
in Obey Me.
This is how things work. Now,
I loved that headcanon. That was the funniest damn thing.
Honestly, if that was not... I don't know. I'm still just like, if that was not transformative, I don't know what is.
I don't know either.
Okay. This looks like a CEO's office.
Holy cow.
I've seen lots of them.
Naturally. Do you think I would stand for anything less?
Just breath here and breath here. I Sakuya.
I suck.
Hi, Sakuya. So, you had this done?
Somehow.
I just want her to every time be like, hello, Sakuya. Just breathe it back at him.
Really hard. Sakuya. Perfect.
Perfect, exactly. What I deserve.
This room used to be filthy. Better suited to rabbits than to us.
What's a prig? I think that's more slang.
You don't know what a prig is? Here,
what's a prig?
We'll go look at a prig real quick.
I'm
because
sorry, do you know what a prig
context-wise,
is?
have totally heard of prigs before. But we'll do it this way.
I do not know what.
Because I want to make sure that I know, because I've only heard it basically used. I don't think I've ever heard it. A self-righteously moralistic person who behaves as if superior to others.
I love that. So we're like, you're so self-righteous and morally superior.
Oh my God, you're such a snob.
What a prig.
What a snob.
Yeah, pretty much. What a snob.
Yeah, that's a snob. But prig.
I kind of love it.
Have you decided which position you will take?
What's your favorite position, y'all?
This sounds sort of like, again, they don't really have much of a context.
I get to choose?
Who is there to choose for you? Dumb Japanese.
So put upon to speak at all to these commoners. Aren't you Japanese too, Sakuya? I'm gonna do
not mock me. I am French. French, my dear.
A French noble bird. That sounds delicious, like a food. He is a snack. I would eat him roasted with gravy. Wait, Brain, what?
What?
I don't know if I... Hang on. Do I think that's good, or am I hungry?
That is wild.
I guess I have to pick a post now.
Oh, whatever that is.
I think I'll be the... If there's 3 options and there's only 2 of us, that would be hilarious.
Vice president, treasurer, or the clerk.
So you are going to not have one of these things.
The thing is he's already the president. We already know
So
that
you're
because
gonna
we talked
not
about
have-
nepotism.
You're going to not have 2 of these things?
Yes, 2 of these
he's the
things will not
president.
exist. I'm just like, why not go completely hog wild and just be like, we're the vice president, because no one can stop us.
Honestly, I was thinking more of vice president can be a vague role. And if you want a more specific role to be, to basically have more direction on things. Because you're in charge of what I say you're in charge, and you're supporting me as the vice president. I feel like she could be like treasurer.
Aye, sure, but we don't also have very good math. But
That
that's okay,
doesn't
we can
matter.
increase
We
our...
could get better math as soon as we decide to be treasurer.
Also, we doesn't even really sound like we might even know what the hell is going on. Like, we might not even know what these positions are.
Also, since he didn't say anything, it's possible that in our own mind we just went, well, these are the possible positions, and those are the only 3 we could think of.
Uh-huh.
And we assume the club needs those.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you have no idea what the student council, not club.
You're right, but still, it's a pick a club activity.
Sure. Do you want to be treasurer then?
Yep, we're going to be treasurer, because
Alright,
that
let's be a
gives you a
treasurer.
more defined role, you know?
You came here to take a job like that. Unacceptable! Where's your ambition? Are you testing yourself? You got more backbone than that?
Then vice president.
You were literally forced to take
I
it.
guess I'll just be that, since, that's what's going to happen.
Sure. Very well.
Did you just did you just degrade me into, did you insult me to tell me I was good at stuff?
Why would I ever do that?
I think you really just, told me I was awful for not living up to my full potential. And so I was inflicted with vice presidency.
Doesn't that feel like what it is sometimes?
I
When
know.
you're at school and you were
Suffer from a vice presidency.
oh my god.
I'm a normal young human girl attending a pigeon school for the second year of my young and, exciting life. And I've contracted vice presidency. There isn't any bird else on the council. Is there? We don't ask that. We just think that.
We just assume it, and that nobody else shows up.
Oh, hello. Do we live in a cave?
We live in a goddamn cave!
Oh, are we squatting? Are we homeless?
Again, if you have, is this are you, the only human? And this
You're
is,
also the only human in bird society, and they all, roost and nest and things, so they don't have... Except for they have a school building, but they don't have regular houses.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
That sounds wild. Sitting at home is...
Sitting at home is so relaxing.
So...
Oh, tomorrow is the class hike. Oh, this moves quickly.
Oh,
I
dear.
love the background with the stars. They're the little whooshy clouds around them. They're very cute.
It's very cute.
Should I prepare anything? We won't be going far, so I don't have to... Well, health first. I think I'll have some udon and go to sleep. Oh, we get udon? That's nice.
How do you get udon in a cave?
Maybe
do you
it's a
have
grocery
a
store?
little kerosene? Oh, maybe.
Maybe they actually have grocery stores?
What if they raid was this post-apocalyptic? Do you raid broken down convenience stores?
I don't know. Or pigeons slowly took over the world and you're like the last human there is?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what I'm like, why is there this?
I'm interested.
I'm super
I'm
curious.
fascinated. Today is the hike. We just skipped everything, so you wouldn't have to wonder. I love the hills moving to mountains. The cloud following the mountain is so ridiculous.
This also goes really
very pretty.
fast.
It does, actually. I'm like, this progresses quickly. It's like, here's your setup. Now go!
Be free!
We stopped for a break on a hillside. Who should I talk to? Oh, no. That's straight out. Who do you want to spend your time with?
Uh-huh.
Talk to. Is everyone here?
Oh no!
my
Ryota,
God.
Sakuya-san, or Kazuaki?
Kazuaki's our friend, right?
Kazuaki, I think, is your teacher.
Oh, shoot. Which
Kazuaki
one's-
is the teacher.
So
Ryota
Ryota's your friend. We
Yes.
should talk to Ryota because they're our friend.
Let us talk
They have been our friend.
to our childhood friend.
Ryota, let's eat together.
Sure. A great view, huh?
That was the one with the accent, remember?
What was the accent?
Your best friend was like Southern
No.
or Jersey or something because we met
I
him
mean,
right at the beginning.
So the doctor is the howdy, honey, how you doing?
No, but there was you did a thing for our friend who we
Oh.
first met at the very beginning.
Oh Lord, I don't remember.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
I'd
Anyway,
have to go look it
a
up.
little
We
more spicy, a little
Hi.
more feisty.
can- Oh yeah, it was.
That was Jersey,
Sure,
wasn't it?
great
That's
view,
the one.
huh?
There you go. That's the one.
Huh?
Huh?
Is that your lunch, Border?
Yep. It's a calorie.
That's a pretty sad thing to bring on a picnic.
No, it's not. A great man once said that it's the ambrosia of the gods.
It's the brand name. I bet you it's the phrase.
For whatever it is. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's a blacked out brand name.
Jeez, if you eat like that, you'll be dead on the roadside by the time we head back. Here, I'll share mine.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
Really? Wow. Thanks, Ryuta. And so I got to eat half of Ryuta's lunch. His cooking is so good. We're terrified of having breakfast with him, but his cooking is so good for lunch. Hang on. Because remember, he's like, you had to catch your breakfast and you should let me make your breakfast sometimes. We're like, yeah, no.
What if it's like in the breakfast they eat something very specific that you're like,
Early bird catches the worm.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe it's that reference?
Oh my God, that would be goddamn hilarious.
That'd be amazing. We can save the calorie in case of a survival situation. I think it's an MRE.
Oh. What makes you think MRE?
So it's an American military thing. And it's I forget what MRE stands for, but when we were poor when I was growing up, sometimes what the food bank would have was surplus military food. And so MREs are your field meals. They're, like vacuum sealed.
This is really like a zombie apocalypse, but like maybe with birds?
Maybe.
Or like there's a zombie apocalypse going on and you're the only character? Like the only human that you've seen?
Maybe. But
But you've been raised by birds?
Or
You're Tarzan! but raised by birds.
I was gonna say, you're the only person immune to the bird virus.
Oh my god.
Oh, the avian
The bird flew!
The bird flu that turns you into a bird. So yeah, I don't know if it's actually MREs, but yeah, we used to get like MREs from peanut butter, and it was like peanut butter, and they were in these little silver like packets, so you could just tear them open and eat them without utensils.
Right.
And then we got the ones that you could actually like roll open, and they would have a whole meal in there with the like dividers in it.
Wow.
And they were all like super nutrition packed and very, very dense shelf stable things. It was, yeah, we're like people going, what is that? It's like, it's an MRE. And me, who was never in the military, I just got them because I was a poor kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I don't even know what they are, so you got me there.
That's okay. I'll have to see if I can show you.
You
at some
weren't
point.
as poor. I was never as poor as you, I think.
I beat you on the poverty stick.
Excuse me, darling.
Where do you land on the poverty stick?
How far does your poverty stick go?
Whoa.
All right.
Today is an elective day. What should I do?
Today is an elective day. Attend.
Attend. Well, we've just tried to become treasurer and we failed. But we do need greater wisdom if we're going to be in charge of things, so we should go to math class.
That's what I'm guessing.
As long as we understand that numbers equal wisdom.
Yes.
I'm not getting this at all.
Maybe you should review the basics a little more, Seed Pie.
That's so cute.
It's so adorable.
I love it.
The Seed Pie was a perfect choice.
It was such a good choice. I like bird or seed pie. Honestly, I keep having this vague worry that we're going to run out of fabulous names, but since all the games have different subject matter and different prompts, it's never going to happen.
And the thing is, honestly, we have some great contributors. I betcha somebody at one point would be able to give us some help if we ever really needed it.
If we ever got stuck, yes.
It's true.
Yes. I was going to say, but like, I'm loving this name. So, all right. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I will math harder is what I will, numbers harder. Birder leveled up. Wisdom increased by 5.
Yay!
You are way lower in wisdom than charisma. We're just like,
Poor thing. I wonder if it'll become easier as they go along.
Maybe.
I imagine you're all well aware, but the sports festival is right around the corner. Please think about what you'll do.
I love the idea that this is basically just going to hit every single like
trope
season of an like one season of an anime, every trope in it, where I bet we'll have to have like the school, like the cherry blossom festival kind of thing, and then we'll have to have like and you have to have like basically the visiting the shrine,
right,
and then you've got to have like the group project one, and you have to have the basically like basic school festival where you advertise your school,
right. Do you have like the food festival?
And so you have to have like a cooking episode and stuff like that. I'm excited for all of this. Basically,
where's our cosplay episode?
To be your slice of life, and you have to have a cosplay
our costume
episode.
episode.
Yep. For whatever reason, you all have to wear different clothes.
Right.
Yep. That convention. All right, I love it. Sports festival season already.
Already.
Wow. I didn't even notice the.
If we were to fall if it were in the fall, it would conflict with a cultural festival.
There it is.
So it's always been in May, honey.
So the cultural festival, of course, is going to be the one where you do the food and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you going to do, Ryota?
Ryota. I haven't decided, but probably the three-legged race. Somebody has to. I did.
Cool. Oko-san will handle the marathon. Indeed, he will.
He will.
He will.
He will.
Will have me. You do have a lot of stamina, Oko-san. What about you, Sakuya?
You can possibly be expecting me to run some race. Can you?
It is a sports festival. Is there an event that doesn't involve running? Maybe you could throw a ball with your wing. Or
how about being a cheerleader?
Oh, yes.
Because he's beautiful.
Excuse me.
The general, in other words. Very well. Leave it to me.
Oh, he's going to be a cheerleader because he's like, I'm directing all of you and how hard you should try and what you should do. I don't think that's...
I will control it all!
What I will be as a cheerleader is the ringmaster, actually. Can you imagine like a cheerleader costume that's like ringmaster circus inspired? That'd be so much fun.
That would be wild.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder honestly why they don't think of having the cheerleaders as ringmasters.
I mean, the thing is you do.
But it's also
you
like
get leadership skills and direction, and you get to be able to direct a crowd with very little contact with them. It's pretty cool.
And that's interesting that also, like, we put them in those positions. I'm like, they control so much of the crowd, actually, like cheerleaders do. They might as well basically be, what are they called? The something of...
The MC, the Master of Ceremonies.
The Master of Ceremonies, yeah. I'm like, why aren't they Master of Ceremonies?
Because
I know there is also, there is an actual Master of Ceremonies, thank you.
Well, and because each individual one doesn't function as that, they function as a team.
Okay.
And so if you only had one cheerleader, it'd be more like a Master of Ceremonies. All right.
And also, the first aid team is always short-handed, so I'm sure they could use help if anybody still can't decide.
Bing, bong, boom,
that's all for today.
I love that, though. Ryuta's doing the three-legged race, Oko-san's running the marathon, and Sakuya's a cheerleader.
Okay.
Yuuya might be running the first aid tent. What should I do? I'll have to think about it. They do a lot of choices in here, and they're pretty direct.
They really do.
Like, it's happening pretty frequently and with a pretty direct sort of approach. Today's the sports festival.
All right, again, more casual request. If anybody knows what the translation is of the stuff in the background, I would love to know.
That would be
amazing.
Because
I've loved sort of the thing sometimes when somebody like pops in once in a while and goes, I think I have a little bit. Like that's super charming.
Here's an idea of what's going on here, and I kind of love the crap out of that so much. I also am just like, it's like fire tentacles, and I'm just like, hee. But I'm gonna say cloud appreciation. Every different outdoor scene has had completely different clouds.
It's true.
And I appreciate that. Today's the sports festival. I never did make up my mind. What should I do? I was just having an existential crisis.
I just disassociating
off into my udon. Go to the...
no.
Library?
Oh, you get
I will sit it out.
Yes.
Fuck all of this. Three-legged race, marathon, cheerleaders, first aid tent, or library.
Who are you hanging out with?
And in this case, I'm not noticing her have any particular motivation to hang out with anyone, and she really hasn't talked about her friend since the first time. Even when we're like, hey, let's have lunch with our friend, it's not like, God, I love eating with them. It's just their cooking is really good.
Right.
So there's very little about them and my interest in them.
I think also, so they might actually be better in that way, this particular game, for not actually, like, trying to direct your experience as much. Because lots of other games, whether or not the writers intend to, they end up writing a very specific direction on accident.
However, there is also a balance between showing the character is actually interested in people without shoehorning you towards them or having a preferred narrative.
That's true, too.
So, I was just say, I think in this case, we've enjoyed watching them run, but we haven't indicated that we're really good at running. I was just say, we really don't seem to be super interested in cheerleading, and if we did do that, I feel like we'd be directing them. I think we'd be curious about the first aid tent, to be honest.
Sure.
If we're not specifically interested in the sports festival, and we definitely didn't prepare,
right,
then you could go to the first aid tent, because you're like, I didn't practice for this at all. Oh, first aid, here I am.
However, your character has expressed interest also in the sports festival itself, so at least going to the first aid tent makes sense. So you're still involved, but you're not...
Right, because I don't think they're going to ditch out to the library at all.
Yeah, the library seems a little bit too extreme for me.
Seems a little bit like, bye. Yeah, so
first aid tent.
Sounds like I'm here, and, ducky out. Salutations! Did you come to gaze into my eyes, mon ami? I heard the first aid team was short-handed.
Like real short.
Like
you
real,
gesturing.
The not
short
a very
winged,
short-statured,
short-flappered,
short-feathered. Salutations. Alas, spurned for the sake of medicine, I must work harder to prove my love. Honestly, he's kind of cute.
He's kind of hilarious.
I say, anyway. Happy to have you. As you can see, we have plenty of work to do. Everyone is already fucked up.
They are destroyed.
The obstacle course does always hurt a lot of birds. I mean, most of you aren't very good at climbing trees, to be honest. Why use a game designed for humans? Nice.
Wow.
That is world building. Beyond me, mon ami. I suppose it's, tradition?
Are you really just like, we have to fill in for the people?
I'm
like,
trying
what?
to be people?
Uh-huh.
And going, again, do you only have buildings that the people made? and you can't really use houses very well because they don't accommodate, your normal sleeping behaviors and stuff. So you use the school because it's bigger and more open, but the rest of it is more like regular bird life. But you're also trying to pantomime human society.
This is wild.
I'm fascinated.
I love the I'm like it's like a zombie apocalypse or some shit.
I suppose it's tradition. Where's the doctor? Shouldn't he be here too? Over there. He's resting in the shade of a tree, being as orby as ever. Why do I like how round he is and yet find him so creepy? Some distance away, it looks like he's taking notes on the performance of the birds on the racetrack, but not on any of the damaged patients. What's he doing over there?
Just to make sure.
Just checking. What is he doing? He doesn't want to ruin his girlish complexion working in the heat. He does the same thing every year.
He has...
Girlish complexion.
What?
Not his delicate constitution, not his beautiful feathers.
Right?
Not his moisturizing routine.
A bird. What do you do for your moisturizing routine? Well, I take the oils that I emit out of my skin and I clean myself.
You see, what I do is I collect with my beak stuff from my oil and wax gland, and then I distribute it across my feathers, which also I use a comb inside my beak to do, and then I fluff in the dust to clean everything out.
Yes. I don't know actually though if like quails. I think he's a quail, right?
I do not know.
He was not a pigeon. I remember that part.
I know that all birds have some nature of preening that goes on where they are caring for their feathers, so maybe that? Is he taking notes or something? A lot of the birds graduating from this school get scouted by pro sports teams, so maybe he's checking up on the promising ones? Flirt? I feel like everything Yuuya says is going to be flirt.
Right.
Uh-oh, they've started. We'll be busy soon. Get ready, mon ami. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Looks at all the sad birds from the obstacle course. Ow. And is like, nope, I will watch the race instead.
Pep.
And so I spent the sports festival patching up damaged doves with Yuuya. I learned some first aid from him, so it was time well spent. I think.
Does he know first aid? My brain is like going, how much of this is like a joke?
What if
and
he's
how
the
much
doctor's apprentice?
That too. But like my brain is like, how far does the reality go? Again, he's taking notes. On what? With what? Is he like scribbling with his wing somehow folded? Or is he scribbling with his foot?
He's sitting down all round and holding one foot out. With his leg up in the air, holding a pen or pencil.
Yeah, I'm like, well, how does this work?
I want to see how they sit at the desks, to be honest.
We're already at midterms?
Well, do you see what day it is? It's been a month. Basically.
What if this is like in bird time?
It might be. I mean, it might be the University of Learning Knowledge, 3-day semester.
Oh, God.
Or the Cooking University School of Knowledge, yes. The first barrier for all students who make it this far is, the midterm exam. Woo! We're getting them back today.
You're getting them back?
You're getting them back today. I don't think I did too well.
Seed pie?
Yes! I mean, yes. That's kind of... Yes!
Squeak!
Yes?
You worked hard. Keep going like that and you'll do just fine.
It wasn't good, but I could see the effort.
One day, you could surpass me. I'd love to see that.
Has bird math?
Whoa.
I guess I did pretty well after all.
Wow.
Wow, good job me. And Mr. Nanaki seems happy with me too. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, yay.
That's adorable.
That's very cute.
I'm
Honestly,
so,
the teacher's very cute.
Fascinated.
I'm also the time skips are interesting.
Another, maybe
where
week.
Everything's sort of jumping around to these just major events. Which I kind of gives a clean experience to the game, where it's not like some games that, do everything and then skip and then do everything and then skip. It's really just this is what you're doing, you're hitting the major points of things.
There's also the thing, as far as I understand, with this game, so not quite in the vein of Doki Doki Literature Club. So again, I know very few things about this game, but as far as I understand, there they want you to go through the game multiple times, but I don't know how many times. Like,
Okay.
there is something you're supposed to, like, figure out. There's some sort of, like, greater mystery or something.
I do also like how they're doing establishing shots with this is where you live, and no explanation, but that's it. Also, you meet your friend at the, front of school kind of thing. Like, you are friends, you clearly hang out.
It's also basic information, so you, as the player, don't necessarily overthink a lot.
And the thing is they've kept all of it very clean and very simple, but also, again, there's been a lot of establishing shots of here's kind of what you do with your day, and here's the people you know and stuff like that. And you're clearly working in the, student council kind of thing, and that's what's going on. With the summer festival and the midterm over, there's nothing to look forward to but summer heat. Did I forget about finals? Are there finals in the school? Doves smell kind of funny when it gets humid like this.
Oh, no!
And some of them get kind of, poofy or curly. There's a bunch of birds in front of the staff room. What are they doing? Hey, does anybody know what's going on? Oh, there's Yuuya. Yuuya, what's going on?
We'll have to find out
in the next one!
Hey, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you are having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. We've also got a Twitch if you would like to see us live.
And join in and give some commentary and suggestions and have some fun with us.
Yeah, and I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!